I appreciate it. All right, so overall, social media, a good thing, a bad thing?
It has pros and cons.
Yeah, I think it depends on the person. Like, for me, it's honestly a bad thing because I do have that like addictive personality to be like, oh, let me be on this all the time. So like, for me, I think it's a bad thing.
I think it can be positive or negative. It's allowed me to meet new people, like have new friends. It allows you to get different job opportunities. I know Riley got her job from social media that she has now. So I think that there are different positive and negative effects. It can be addictive. There's a new thing on the app in your settings where you can determine how many hours you spend on social media and how many screen time that you have. So I checked because I was just interested on how much screen time a day I have, and I have 2 hours and 45 minutes of screen time per day.
Is that a lot?
Yes.
Would your
That's
parents
like
agree?
the average amount.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mine
3
was like
hours.
4 hours, I think.
Wow, 3 hours is the average
Yeah.
per day. Wow, and does it become less with an older demographic? Like, so is there a specific demographic for that 3 hours?
I think that's related mostly to teens and people of our age, but we
Okay.
didn't necessarily have exact statistics on that.
My number one was
I bet you're over 3 hours. Check yours. I bet you're over.
You're probably right. I
bet you are.
I have a problem.
my most used app was Instagram.
Yeah, mine.
What would you say are some of the biggest risks with social media apps?
I would say cyberbullying.
Definitely side.
There's also,
Catfishing.
yeah, catfishing. It can make us procrastinate a lot and make us sleep deprived.
And it serves as a distraction, like during driving or if you're studying or schoolwork or anything like that.
Or
And
dinner.
yeah, right. And what you post on the internet is like it doesn't actually go away, so it kind of builds your reputation.
So I have a couple questions. One, just since you mentioned that at the end, do you think everybody in your generation, your age group realizes that it doesn't go away, no matter what app you're using?
No, absolutely not.
Do you feel like, so you feel like that's not really understood?
I
Okay.
think everyone's aware of that,
Yeah,
but they
they
don't
don't
want to
act on it.
accept
It's
it
like in the back of their
necessarily.
head, but they still do everything.
Because they don't realize when they're screenshotting other people's apps that that's, okay.
Right.
But my real question is, how would your life be different if you didn't have access to social media? Say social media, our day, when it didn't exist, how would your life, have you imagined what your life would be like without social media?
I mean, for me, I have taken like breaks from it. So like right now, I don't have any social media, and I definitely go to sleep at like a lot earlier time. I do sleep better because you're supposed to take an hour, at least an hour break of any electronics before you go to bed, so that your sleep quality is a lot better. But so that I've definitely seen improving in my sleep and my productivity. So like homework and stuff. I knew this week we would have a lot to do right before Thanksgiving break. It seems like they pile everything on. So I was like, I need to just be off social media so that I can like concentrate. So I definitely, I mean like it's still hard when it's there for me, but I can definitely see how it would be different in like those ways. And then also you have the like self-comparison. That's like really common in girls especially, but all of that aspect with like Instagram and editing pictures and stuff. So there's also that, because I know like I catch myself scrolling through people's feeds and being like, oh, why am I not here? Why am I not looking like this? And all that stuff. So there's a lot of different aspects that can come with social media.
Gretchen, Bailey just mentioned a lot about what you see on social media and a lot of comparisons. Is everything you see on social media is an accurate representation of the person whose account that is?
No, the problem with that is everyone posts their highlights of their life, so it always seems like they're having the best day ever. So that's how people can get depressed, because they're like, oh, well, I'm not with them right now, or I'm not having that much fun. So,
They call it FOMO, like fear
Yeah.
of missing out on something.
FOMO.
Yeah,
FOMO?
FOMO.
I really
I learned what a
now.
Finsta
It's a
was
real
yesterday,
thing,
now I know what a FOMO is.
I didn't realize that was
Fin-
me either.
Finsta?
but I definitely find myself with that a lot of times. Like I'll not be invited to a lunch or not be invited to a certain party, and it's like I'm friends with you. I thought I would be invited to that, but
Have you found in your research there are people who do the exact opposite, where they're always posting the negatives, like I'm sick, I don't feel well, don't have a job, like all the negatives in their life?
Yes, so I read this article and it was talking about how people post on Twitter about, I think it was talking about like major depression, like depressive disorder, and so people actually post on Twitter like their thoughts and feelings. And so they did a study where they like took all those people and looked at all their posts, and they could like almost like diagnose them based on what they were tweeting. So like people will kind of, I think it is more on like Twitter and stuff with just words, because like pictures, I mean everyone like edits them and posts, like Gretchen said, the highlights. But I think on those they'll post more of like feelings and stuff, so you can see that like through those platforms and stuff.
Can somebody tell me, what's the age limit for getting a social media account? Do you have to be a certain age?
It's 13.
Is that across the board for all those things you mentioned that I've never even heard of?
Yes.
I know for Facebook, it's really like strict on that. I don't know
Okay.
for sure.
For most of them, I know there's a lot of people that are actually 13, but I think it's like if a parent reports to the social media account that their child is on it and they're under 13, then they can remove the child's account. But there's no way for them to really know, because you can just
They can, the parent can remove the child's account, or Facebook can remove it?
Facebook can remove
Yeah,
the
like
child.
for young like child stars or whatever, in their bios it has that their like parent manages the account if they're under 13. So that's a way to like prevent Instagram from deleting their account.
Do you feel like if there was an issue with the social media platform that they would be very responsive to addressing that issue? So if I had, say, a fake account made under my name and I reported it to Instagram, do you think they would be very quick to shut that account down?
I think they are, nowadays, I think they're very on top of it. Like, I know people's pictures get deleted quite often. If people, I think it depends how much you report them.
Okay.
But if there's a significant amount of reports, then
Okay.
yes.
Why is it or isn't it in the best interest of a social media platform to respond to a critique like that? Fake picture or an account that's bogus, or somebody underage using their platform? Why is it or isn't it in their best interest to address that?
It would be in their best interest, obviously, for the feelings of the person like whose account is being made fun of, just for cyberbullying purposes, because that's obviously could start a downward spiral for that. But for benefit,
It just makes the social media platform by itself look better all around. If they have people on it are true and they're doing what they're supposed to be doing on it, then it just makes the whole account look more like trustworthy and stuff like that.
Do the social media companies really care if the information that's on there is true?
I don't think so.
I mean,
Yeah, because I could just go on any account and be like, I don't like this picture, I'm gonna report it. So
Right.
like, I think that probably makes it hard to distinguish.
What ultimately gets a business's attention? Any business. Why is a business in place? What is a business made to do?
Promote.
Then businesses
Like-
want to make what?
money.
Money.
Yeah.
Okay, so do social media platforms make money?
Yes.
How do
And
they
the-
make money? Do I pay for my Twitter account? Do
No.
I give them money to start an Instagram or a Nabisco or whatever that was?
It's usually
Nabisco?
Disco.
it's
It's so
usually
old.
No.
they usually make money through like ads, and also
Okay.
if they just keep getting more people to download the app, they make money through that.
Okay.
Yeah.
We talked about social media influencers as well. Like, people make jobs off social media. In today's society, especially on Instagram and stuff like that, people make up to, and YouTube, up to
Yeah,
6
it's-
figures off just posting
Yeah.
pictures and ads and stuff like that.
Okay. So is it in their best interest to address any discrepancies in what the content that's on their site or accounts that aren't valid?
For them, probably not, because they don't care.
Because it doesn't impact their what?
Their money making.
Their money, that's
Yeah.
right. What's my recourse if I have a complaint against the social media platform? They won't address my concern, and I'm obviously not paying them money. What's my recourse? What can I do about that?
You could delete that.
delete your
Or like.
The answer is nothing. Absolutely.
They don't.
There's absolutely nothing I can do about it, because people aren't gonna stop using that social media platform because I was upset because of what they did. Sorry. I'm done. I'm off
All
my
right,
box.
so I'm a parent of a 19-month-old, and I'm scared to death that when she grows up and starts using social media, that I'm not going to be in touch with technology. So what, I know, I can tell. What are some of the apps that people your age are using that adults like us don't know about? Private type apps. I know Snapchat was created.
No
with a certain
retribution
sense of
from anybody else.
privacy. What are some of the apps that we may not know about that students are using?
Probably Disco, because a lot of people didn't know about that.
Right, but on Instagram, as far as we were saying, I know you found out what a Finsta was.
Yeah.
Which is just
I
like
just
a.
learned that yesterday.
Right, right.
Because of me.
Oh, there you go, keeping them on top of it. But, so that's a private Instagram. People usually do that for like parents or other people not to see, just super close friends to see other pictures they wouldn't post on a public profile. So that's, I'd say that's the biggest one.
Yeah.
So mom and dad think I'm behaving because they only see this account.
Yeah.
Right.
Really, I may be doing something they're not aware of because I have this
Exactly.
fenced
Right.
account.
He's really got social media issues, doesn't he? I mean, you can just, I mean, he's a bitter social media dude. down
We'll get
there.
into that later, Dave.
So why would anybody have a Snapchat account?
It's a fun way to communicate with friends. It's different than an Instagram or something like that, Facebook, because it's fast communication and it's kind of like face-to-face in a way.
Is it fast communication or is it fast deletion? Because all of them are about the same speed, right? I mean, why would you post something that you wouldn't want somebody to see after 10 or 15 seconds or whatever it is?
I don't think some people realize that though, that it doesn't go away.
How does it go away?
Well, so Snapchat has a privacy policy, and all videos, photos, and message content is deleted from the servers, but only after 30 days. So you think that as soon as you open it, it's gone, but it's saved to their server. So it can be like accessed by Snapchat.
Yeah.
Not to mention the end user or the recipient can screenshot it.
Yeah, you never know if
whatever.
they're gonna screenshot it or like what they're gonna do.
Yeah, no, there used to be an app as well, so if you did screenshot somebody's Snapchat, it wouldn't tell them that,
Right.
so they didn't know.
So you don't think they screenshotted it, but they actually did.
So now you can tell? So like if
I don't know if the app is still around or not, but
If
Okay,
somebody does
they'll let you-
screenshot it, it comes up, there's like a little
Yeah.
you get a
arrow.
notification, yeah.
Yeah,
is
it'll
this
say-
on all social media? Like so like
Just,
This is just Snapchat.
No, this is just Snapchat.
okay.
but like someone can also.
Sorry, I have 3 daughters.
You're impressing me, Mr. Baker.
I'm the cyber stalker, I understand.
So it takes me to a place where Snapchat to me, like literally old people like us sit around and go, what on earth is
Right.
why the Snapchat, why is it so popular, why doesn't anybody care, whatever. I'm interested in your thoughts on how much of this social media, specifically Snapchat, because I hear a lot of kids, including my own, talk about the strings or the whatever you got. How many strings, not strings, how many consecutive day threads, whatever you got. Where you Snapchatted with somebody X number of days.
Yes.
What's it called?
Streak.
Street.
So I had the first 3 letters correct.
They don't have those on his MySpace page, so it's fine.
So,
Do
but
they ever know what MySpace
is it Snapchat or what's the streak part? Like, do you feel as though is there some sort of inclusion thing by being involved with some of these social media accounts? Like, I don't know exactly why I'm doing it, but everybody's doing whatever. Is that part of all this? And I don't mean to pick on Snapchat, I'm just saying.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
it's for sure.
Do you
'cause-
feel like you're ostracized if you're not active on all
Yeah.
these different accounts?
Yeah, like I think anybody, for the most part, if like you didn't have an Instagram or something like that, you would feel like you're not really like
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
up
you
to
would,
date with things or just.
Like me.
You're missing out. You're missing out.
yeah, you would
Yeah.
hear people talking about it and you'd be like, oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so you kind of feel like
You feel
need
like
to
you're
have
missing
it.
out?
Yeah, I wasn't allowed to have Snapchat till like a year and a half ago, and I was like, oh, I'm missing out. Like, my parents would not let me get it, and then finally they did, and I'm just like, oh.
What did you think you missed out on?
I mean, I guess just the communication, and then like seeing people's stories, like what they're up to and stuff. But then I get to it, and I'm like, it's nothing really.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm a fan of your parents right now. Tell me about each of your parents. Tell me, how do they monitor your social media? Do they have guidelines that they give you? Are they like Mr. Baker? Do they check in on your accounts from time to time? What does that look like for you ladies?
My parents used to, but like as I've grown up and stuff, it kind of let me take my own way. But yeah, my parents used to have like access to my passwords and stuff. And then my mom has Instagram, so like she can see what I post. And then I think she has a Snapchat too, but she never gets on it. And so like I guess she'll monitor through that, but I think they kind of like trust me now, and so they're kind of letting me take my own way.
What about you, Grace?
So both my parents have an Instagram, but I was not allowed to get Snapchat until last year, I think. And when I did get the Snapchat, I wasn't allowed to Snapchat any guys, which was, and then
I like your parents.
You were
as well.
about to say something else.
I wasn't allowed to Snapchat guys. And anybody that I added, I had to make sure it was okay with them first. and they had to know the person that I was Snapchatting because they were afraid that they can't see what I'm saying. And they used to always check my phone, with what messages I was sending.
Oh my gosh, what do they do in their spare time?
Yeah.
They live through me, I'm telling you.
Gretchen?
My parents don't have any social media, so they're just like trusting.
Lucky, lucky.
And then my parents, I think they're probably on almost every social media platform because for their jobs they kind of need it. But we're really close, so I'll Snapchat my parents or whatever. My mom will DM me on Instagram, so they trust me. So it's not like hovering over me.
Have any of y'all ever sent anything that you wish you hadn't? I mean, the one thing that I find is like during games and things like that, I mean, you can say something instantaneously,
Right.
and then you always find, oh my gosh, if I'd have waited until tomorrow morning, I never would have said that. Has that ever happened to any of y'all?
Sometimes, on Snapchat, you'll send an ugly picture really quick, and then they screenshot it, and for your birthday they'll post it, and you're like, oh no. But that's the only thing I can say.
I don't think anything bullying wise, cyberbullying wise necessarily, but just kind of regrets like that.
If I'm in an argument with somebody over Snapchat or something like that, I've found that I wish I could take a lot of the stuff back, but I just don't think a lot before I send something, and then it's gone.
Yeah, because it all happens so fast.
Is social media addictive? Ladies, what do you think?
So
It is.
I also read this article,
I was unequivocal.
and it said basically how social media copies gambling methods.
Okay.
So gambling obviously is made to be very addictive because of the patterns of uncertainty and always wanting more. So that goes back to Snapchat streaks. You always want to keep that pattern going, and that just leaves us in a constant cycle. And so it was just kind of saying this has happened to me too, which is kind of scary. Users of all these social medias, or just their phone in general, will sometimes hear a buzz of their phone and pick it up and nothing happened. So that's kind of weird how our brain can think that's there when it's really not. But I definitely think it is addictive because once I got off of social media, I took the whole month of October off of it, and it was honestly really hard. It also says it can have the same effects on your brain as cocaine, so that's kind of crazy. And so when I deleted Snapchat, Instagram, the next day I felt almost sad and lonely because I wasn't having those connections. So it's just kind of crazy how that app can make you feel so powerful and stuff.
Ladies, addictive? What do you think?
And the social media creators of each app, they create it so that you become addicted to it. They want you to become addicted to it. And Bailey mentioned that it has similar effects of cocaine
Why do they want you to be addicted to it, Rob?
because they want to be
Money.
Yes. And so
Did you get charged for an app at some point in
I
time?
might have. We'll discuss it later.
I never bought one. I mean,
Keep going. It's gonna be
And
great.
so
It's
it
gonna be great.
releases dopamine in your brain, which
Yep.
obviously
Yeah,
makes you
and
happy,
support.
kind of like working out or whatever it might be. And so you just want more and more of that, and you start to crave it. So like Bailey said, with the feeling like your phone is alerting you or buzzing, that's a real thing. It's kind of scary.
there are certain things that happen that you want to immediately go to social media for.
Right.
Homecoming ballgame, people are posting pictures or whatever. Are there times when there are things that happen that I don't want to be anywhere near social media, I don't want to see this stuff, I don't want to respond to it? Does that ever
If
happen?
there's something that I know big that I'm missing out on, I don't know, say I didn't go to homecoming or something like that, I don't want to see everybody having fun at homecoming. I missed out on that, and that's just going to make me feel not good about myself, so I would try to stay away from social media if that's the case.
I know for me, it's especially very common in girls to look on Instagram pages and see other people and then compare yourself and then feel very down about it. And so when I'm already feeling down, I don't want to go to Instagram or Pinterest, Snapchat, Twitter, see what everyone else is doing and then feel worse about myself because I know it'll just end up like that.
What are some good uses for social media?
It keeps us connected,
Yeah, definitely communication.
and you can
Skype.
meet new people.
It allows you to express yourself.
Promotes businesses, helps you to find jobs. Like they said, I found my job through social media. And you're able to spread information very quickly. So that could also be a con, but it is a pro as well.
And it can keep you connected to your family. Say they live far away, you can share photos of what you're doing and keep them updated.
Do you think it's fair and right that if you're gonna go into the job market, you mentioned you got